From pulling off impossible punchlines
So I kicked her in the bam!
to delivering heartwarming speeches.
The only reason people want to hear from people like me is because you trust me.
Here are 5 unforgettable incidents that marked Dave Chappelle's legacy. In 2014, Dave Chappelle performed a show in Detroit that turned upside down, which the Daily News reported as being a slurred and chain-smoking-filled speech. According to the Daily News Report article, the fans described the performance as being half-baked at best. The article also reported that some of the audience tweeted about it, calling it their biggest disappointment and even accusing the comedian of being drunk. But in his 2017 stand-up special, Dave Chappelle addressed the accusations of being drunk during his 2014 Detroit show.
I don't know if you ever saw on TMZ the big headline, Dave Chappelle drunk on stage in Detroit.
Instead of denying the claims, Dave turned the allegations into comedy gold.
Well, if you saw it, I wasn't drunk. I had smoked some reefer with some rappers. Yeah. I don't know if you know anything about hanging out with rappers, but their weed is very strong. 2 puffs of weed, that's all it was. 2 puffs. I never had that happen where I take 2 puffs of weed. I looked at the guy next to me, I was like, I'm gonna bomb, I can feel it.
But the attacks during his so-called failing set didn't stop with people calling him out on being drunk. People started booing him and interrupting his act.
I am going to get off the stage. Can I dance? Who asked me that?
The audience, fed up with David's unsatisfying performance, demanded a refund. During his skit, Chappelle confirmed the incident, but his response didn't match what the audience had in mind.
The whole crowd band together and started chanting, "We want our money back." I snapped out of it. Good people of Detroit, hear me now. You will never get your money back.
As a gesture of repentance, the comedian decided to donate half of the show's earnings to the homeless. However, what many initially perceived as a kind-hearted act took an unexpectedly humorous turn that only Dave Chappelle could deliver.
This went on for a long time, and then after the show, I felt so bad, I took half of the money from the show, thousands of dollars. I said, I'm gonna give this to charity. You know what I did? I bought $25,000 worth of bubble gum and drove around Detroit and handed it out to the homeless so they could chew it and still be hungry.
But it's not only Detroit crowd who were furious at Dave Chappelle. He also had a heated moment in one of his biggest shows in LA. Back in 2022, Chappelle was performing on stage when he suddenly got attacked by a member of the audience. This was after Chris Rock's infamous slap at the Oscars by Will Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip-hop history.
The 23-year-old attacker, Isaiah Lee, was carrying a replica handgun with a folding knife blade concealed in the barrel. Little did he know, this response would draw heated criticism after the Los Angeles man accused of attacking him claimed he was triggered by the comedian's jokes about the LGBT community and homelessness during an interview with the New Post magazine.
A local man accused of attacking Dave Chappelle on stage says he was triggered by the comedian's jokes. Video of the stunning takedown at the Hollywood Bowl was obtained by TMZ May 3rd. In an exclusive jailhouse interview with the New York Post now, Isaiah Lee says he didn't like Chappelle's jokes about the LGBTQ community and homelessness, but insisted he never meant to hurt the comedian.
In his Netflix special, The Dreamer, Chappelle states that the very next night, he was asked about the attack, to which he responded with a hilarious joke, catching the audience completely off guard.
So the next night, even though I didn't have a show, I said I gotta get right back on stage. And I went and did a show. And someone in the audience screamed out, "Dave, what happened with the attack?" And I didn't know there was journalists in the room. All I said was that this had a knife that I identified as a gun.
Chappelle didn't back down, continuing to defend himself against the backlash and even making further jokes about the incident.
It turns out this young man was homeless. And I mean, there's no way I could have known this. But I will say, for a homeless guy, this had incredible seats.
This insightful yet comedic take on the situation earned him the support from fans and fellow comedians alike, such as Chris Rock and Jamie Foxx.
But as soon as he tackled me, Jamie Foxx was the first motherfucker that jumped out of the crowd. He was wearing a white cowboy hat like he knew this was gonna happen to him. Never seen this cowboy hat before.
Was that Will Smith?
Dave Chappelle's always had a good relationship with celebrities, Kanye West included. During his iconic appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Dave Chappelle shared a memorable story about his first encounter with Kanye West.
And then my friend was telling me, you got to book this guy, Kanye. I said, okay, I booked the guy. And it was like Muhammad Ali in Olympic Village. Like, he just knew he was going to get the gold. And it was the day that Jay-Z's Black Album came out. And it was me and Common and Kweli and Kanye, this guy that nobody knew.
Dave then went on to share more hilarious moments about the interaction between Jay-Z and Kanye, complete with a spot-on impression of Kanye making the crowd laugh even harder.
And rewind that. You're like, what? I'd be like, who is this guy? Bro, I was like, what?
No one knows this guy. Like, what?
I didn't know who he was. Everyone else was like, they're laughing, like, they know. I didn't know.
If that wasn't already enough, Chappelle adds another impression, wrapping up his story.
We show him like the Rick James sketch and all these great sketches. And in the middle of it, Kanye's phone rings. And he's like, hello? He goes, no, I can't. No, because I'm at the edit for the Dave Chappelle show, watching sketches that no one's seen before. And then it goes like this, because my life is dope, and I do dope, and he hung up the phone.
Kanye was born.
Yeah.
Kanye West was
No
born.
record. No record.
Ah, that is great. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Dave's storytelling skills have always set him apart. The next incident confirms it, as he had to endure a tough situation while maintaining his calm. During one of his stand-up specials, Dave Chappelle shared a hilarious story about being hit by a snowball while walking in Ohio with his sister.
And it was wintertime, and it had snowed recently, so there were huge snowdrifts on the street. I was walking with my sister. Now, my sister was dressed in all Muslim garb, as were her children, and I was dressed as Dave Chappelle. And we were walking and just talking about something, and a car sped around the corner, and the window came down, and somebody threw a snowball and hit me right in my shoulder.
At first, Dave described confronting the car at a red light after the first hit, only to get nailed again by another snowball.
Because he went around the corner and got stopped at a red light. He was caught in the traffic. So then I ran out into the street, and I just tapped on his window. Hey, my man, can I just talk to you guys for a second? Come on out for a second. I just want to talk to you. There's 4 young white dudes in the car. They were like, just chill, bro. I said, relax. I just want to talk. Now, this is an old black trick. Really, I didn't want to talk. I was going to f him up. And I didn't notice his window was down. And he threw a snowball that shit hit me right in my chest. Pow! He said, f you. And then the light turned green and they sped off.
He then went on to recount the trip to the police station, where he found out the culprits were teens driving their mom's car, delivering each detail with his signature humor.
The police came in, they're like, well, Mr. Chappelle, 16 identical police reports. We ran the tags, 2 young men that had their mother's car. We have all 4 suspects in holding. Their mother is here. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. If you want to press charges, we'll move forward. Mr. Chappelle, are you okay? Huh? Sorry about that, officer. I'm a little flustered. I've never been in a position where I could decide the fate of white children before, but...
Chappelle wraps up the story with a smooth and unexpected punchline about his conversation with the mom, leaving the audience in stitches.
When the mom came in, she saw it was me. She busted out crying. Oh, God, oh, no, I don't want him to go to jail. I am so sorry. I didn't raise him to do this. We love your comedy. We love you at the house. I said, miss, please, just... All right, look, I don't necessarily want your son to go to jail either. But what he did was pretty up. So, is there something we can do short of jail just to let him know that he's wrong? She goes, oh, I don't know. What did you have in mind? Miss, I've never been in this position before. Oh, you know what we could do? I don't know if I'm asking too much, but maybe if you could just suck my d a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm not gonna finish. I just want you to do it enough so that I can tell him you did it.
It goes without saying, Dave Chappelle has a unique way of handling intense situations, always managing to keep his signature charm intact. One night, while asleep next to his wife, she suddenly woke him up, saying she heard something unusual.
And suddenly my wife wakes me up. David, wake up. And I'm like, oh, look who's coming around. And I pull my over the top of my pajamas. And she says, no, I hear something. I go, oh, this. So I get up out of bed, grab the gun. I say, wait here, baby, I'll go check it out. Just lock the door behind me. Oh my God, she's right.
Without hesitation, Chappelle grabbed his gun and headed to the kitchen, ready to confront the intruder.
Right there in the kitchen is a heroin-addicted white, and he's digging through the change jar by the door. I worked really hard for that change. I gotta do something. So first, I wrapped the shotgun. Hey, motherfucker, click clack. That's a test. That click clack sound will stop a rational human being in their tracks. But sure enough, this person is not rational. They're sick on drugs.
As he recounted the incident, he didn't miss a beat, weaving in every detail with his unmistakable comedic flair.
You're digging in the change. I gotta act fast. This thing almost got $1.50. I warned you, birdshot. And there goes. Hot BBs will permeate his yellow heroin skin. Remember, I'm not killing him. I'm just peppering him up nice. He lets out a heroin scream.
And of course, Dave wrapped it all up with an unpredictable punchline that had the crowd roaring with laughter.
Saying stupid heroin last words. You shot me, bro. Oh, it hurts me, man. It hurt. The last words are always the dumbest words. Why is your out?
These were just some of the times where Chappelle manages to narrate serious situation in a playful way with his humor. And if you enjoy the video, subscribe to us for more content like this.